But it got worse and worse and worse until eventually the president said,
I'm reminded of a recent very popular movie. And in the spirit of Rambo, let me tell you, we're going to win this time.
Okay, die is cast. And it became a little tense.
Are you telling me that 200 men against your boy is a no-win situation for us? You send that many, don't forget one thing. A good supply of body bags.
I just want to say clearly right now, Rambo didn't even fight for America. He never attacked anyone. His whole thing was setting people free, and then he disappears. So who knows? Rambo may ride again.
Você está assistindo Biografia.
He actually really likes to get into it.
What you all couldn't feel is that the explosion, the concussion was so overwhelming, the heat and the blast, which would be maybe 20 feet away or less, would hit her. She's not used to it, man, but she hung in there. But those tremors, if you ever get a chance to show that on film, that's full on for real. I mean, she was terrified, but she never backed up.
And so, when you're with him, you just go, no, all right, you know, it's him, he hasn't killed himself yet, so what the hell? And you find yourself so much more daring than ever before and having this great adventure, and it's exhilarating and it's hot and it is sexy. Yeah, I just did that. Okay, pretty cool. And you know, in your little memory book of life, you just ran through a bunch of fireball explosions with Sly, and okay, that's kind of hot.
He's really terrific with his son. He's always supported his kids, and I saw him pushing him, you know, to get into directing and acting and all this. Used him in some of his movies, and he has been really terrific, and he's very proud of him. He's a Hindu family, but we don't know that because he's always acting like this macho guy.
Hey, wait, what's this? What's this? Goodness gracious, where'd this come from? It's a strange place to start your lunch.
I love it when the families are tied.
They were close, they were wonderful. The boys, not a brat.
They gave each other a lot of respect, and they're working together. It looked like they were very comfortable with it. It was delightful.
Copland.
I don't think he's looking for so much the size of the role as the importance of the role.
Why would he want to play this character? He plays, you know, these men of intense decisiveness and action and physical strength.
This is exactly what I've been looking for.
But I think people still saw Sylvester Stallone in it, even though he had a pot belly.
It's a very unusual role for Sly because it's a man who's suddenly torn between such conflicting pressures that in some ways he's frozen for some of the picture, trying to puzzle out a way to please all these different masters.
Hey, Freddie! Hey, Fred!
Jurisdiction ends at the George Washington Bridge.
Freeze! Police!
But half the men I watch live beyond that bridge, where no one's watching. I'm watching.
Hands on the car!
It's like you're the sheriff of Copland.
And when he got reviews that were equivalent to Robert De Niro's, that made me so happy because the world saw what a great actor Sly is.
Sly had his hands full, in a sense, because what he was doing was such a difference from what he had been doing in the last few years. He had his hands full in the sense that he's playing a different kind of man than he's played in a while. And that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of challenge. And what he was like on the set was just someone continually thinking about the material, continually trying to kind of undermine what the obvious Stallone choice might be.
Here's Sylvester Stallone, the most perfect looking guy in our movie universe. Healthy, incredible, the guy you'd most want to have, you know what I mean, in a tough situation in the jungle. He's strong, smart, and everything else. And I have to offer him a part where I say, gain 40 pounds, move like a slow mule, you know what I mean, then you have to be, you know, slow, and slower. I mean, he put it on, and he took it off fast enough.
Many actors have done things like that, but for someone like Sly, it was an extraordinary accomplishment.
Jennifer.
Really, truly married the right girl, because that's the girl who is his heart.
Sylvester's finally found, you know, the woman of his dreams, and I think she's a fantastic girl. Always have done. Easy to get on with, no side to Jen. There was no agenda with Jennifer, and she just loved him. And the fact they got 3 daughters now, and he's, you know, I would never believe that Sly would have settled down and become a happy family man, but he has, and I'm delighted for him.
They really love each other, and Tough Guy is so afraid of her. You hear me, you wuss?
He surprised me. He had gone to a store and he took one room and he put all of his dresses that he thought were so beautiful that looked nice on me. He put them all out, and I walk into this room and music's playing and all these dresses, and I'm looking at my sister going, what's going on? And all of a sudden he walks in and he goes, pick out a dress, we're going to get married. So I go, when?
I've been very lucky in marriage.